Hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to our Institution of Global Professional Free International webinar in IGP platform. May you be blessed with lots of compassion and opportunities as you start your new days. Thank you all for joining with us in this wonderful morning. My lovely audience, today I am your host. I am Kamrul, coordinator of IGP from Bangladesh. Thank you very much again for joining with us. After a long time, again I come back in IGP platform as a host. Ladies and gentlemen, I am proud to be associated with IGP as a global member, and I feel honored to host this webinar. And it's my delight to welcome you all to our institution of global professional platform. Thank you all for joining us today in this wonderful morning, and it's my humble request to you that you till with us till end, and don't forget to tag, share, and mention your friends. So let's together and learn together. Today we have a speaker from Philippines. Today our speaker name is Dr. Cleope Mangawang Lagbao. She is a secondary school teacher straight from Don Eulogio de Guzman Memorial National High School. He is received award at Penguin Guru Award, and he also received International Excellence Award as junior high school teacher. And most important, he is an outstanding teacher for mathematics department. Let's welcome our speaker through the screen. Hello, ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good
Good,
morning.
good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, give a short description about yourself, then you can study your presentation. And also, you have to share your screen first.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much.
Make it full screen, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. So, before should I start now, sir?
Yes, ma'am. You can start your presentation.
Okay. So, thank you very much to the Institute of Global Professionals for giving me this opportunity to be one of the speakers of this very prestigious institution. So, thank you for the trust and for giving me the opportunity to share also my knowledge and expertise with regards to the topic that I'm going to share with one and all. Okay, so first, let me greet my those people who are watching with us right now in entire the world because this is an international webinar. Of course, may I start also my greetings to my superior here in the Philippines, our school's division superintendent, attorney Donato Balderas, and all the officials in the La Union Schools Division Office. Of course, good morning or good afternoon. So we have differences in time. So good afternoon and good evening to the other parts of the world who are listening with us right now. And of course, my principal in the school where I am teaching right now, the Don Eulogio de Guzman Memorial National High School, Dr. Emeline C. Hubayan, and of course, my former principal, Dr. Mirna Yuligas, and all the teachers of the Don Eulogio de Guzman Memorial National High School. Good morning to everyone who are listening with us right now. in the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, and whatever platforms they have preferred to watch and join with us today. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, friends. It is my honor to present to you my experiences, my ideas regarding the topic that I'm going to share. So allow me, as your speaker, Dr. Cleofe Mangawang Lakbao from the Philippines, to share you some thoughts with this particular topic. So may I now start with my presentation, staying positive amidst adversity. We have been struck by this pandemic. So for 2 years, we have been trying to do our best, to struggle for the best, and give the best that we can so that we would be able to give the best learning, the best experiences that we have in our lives. We could have the best kind of life that we want that is based from how we see the situations that we have right now. It is because life could give us so many possibilities. Life could give us or could lead us to some instances that we have to decide what to do, choose between the opposites. And the thing is, our decisions in life would make us better or bitter. Okay, so let's proceed with my okay, next slide. The question is, what's life without adversity, right? Because in life, there are times that our plans may not be going the way that we expected to be. During adversity, it is important to realign your life and figure out how to stay positive and move forward. Of course, life includes many challenges. That is given, and we cannot question life with those instances. But the thing there is, it's how you rise to overcome those challenges with strength and positivity. We have been tested by time. See how we've gone too far from this first strike of this pandemic. We have made lots of decisions. We have made lots of heartaches, challenges. We have made a lot of opportunities. We have lost some of our loved ones. We have lost some of the opportunities. But those are the things that comes along as we journey in this life. Why? Because we have to be tested by time. We have to be trained and equipped with the necessary things, skills, and trained by the opportunities given to us for us to stay positive at all times. But of course, the question is, what's your secret to staying positive during difficult times? My dear friends, you might ask, or somebody might ask, you're a speaker. I am a mathematics teacher. But then, why am I not discussing some things about in math? Well, it is because I am trying to connect the I am trying to see the connection of mathematics in our life. There is a saying that goes, for life to be meaningful, we have to perform and use the four basic operations. And those are addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. In life, how could we use that particular idea for us to stay positive during the difficult times? Well, the formula there is for life to be meaningful, let us add a little sacrifice. So, sacrifices, of course, those are things that we have to give into consideration. What are the things that makes us happy? But instead of choosing those things, we choose not to because we might be hurting somebody. So those are sacrifices. Subtract anger and hatred. Of course, we cannot deny the fact that in life there are so many people who might not want us, who might disregard us, who hates us. While why? Maybe because they don't like They don't like us, or somehow they feel jealous about us, or they just feel so insecure about us. But my dear friends, let us not see to what others has and that we do not have. Because when we try to compare ourselves with the accomplishments of other people, with what they have, we will become bitter. It is because we are trying to imitate, we are trying to copy their metrics to success and trying to make it our own. And in that way, we become bitter. So let's try to subtract those particular negativities and try to see what is positive in every situation. Next, aside from addition, subtraction, we have multiplication. We have to multiply our friends. Yes, friends are there, always there with us, willing to give the best of us, willing to see what is good in us, to accompany us during difficult times, and even the happy moments, of course, always there to cheer us up. And of course, our family, who are always at our back. And lastly, divide love for everyone to share. When we say divide love, of course, we have to remove anger in our hearts so that we could share love. How could we share something which we do not have? No, those are some secrets. But then I'm not saying, my dear friends, that what I'm talking here are the best formula that we could have or we could use in the equation of life, because I believe we have different situations, we have different opportunities given, we have different lives, but then these are just sharing of my experiences that you might be able to see some things which are here in my thoughts that you could also apply or improve. Try to use it and improve further so that whatever I have tried in my own experience, you could also use it in a much better way. Now, what's your secret to staying positive? That's the question. We have different secrets. But mine, of course, based from this slide that I'm going to share with you, I'll be sharing with you these particular ideas based on my experiences. The experiences that made me who I am, not not because of what I have reached, my education, or the position that I have. No, but who I am as a person who stayed positive, who is still here with my heads up, and of course, proud to be me because I was able to surpass the difficult times. Now, positivity, when we say positivity, it is the practice or tendency to be positive or optimistic in life. When we are positive, of course, we engage in positive thinking, have positive emotions, and engage in positive behaviors like kindness and generosity. What I like most in this pandemic, you see, pandemic is a negative thing that comes along. But there is a positive thing that this pandemic has brought us, and that is kindness and generosity. Many people shared their blessings to those who are in need. Many shared their helping hand, financial, in kind, whatever things that they have, medicines, assistance, moral support, and everything. That is looking at the positive in a negative situation. So that is being positive, and that is positivity as defined in this particular topic. Now, my dear friends, so let me share you the 4 tips to stay positive amidst this adversity. Again, I would say these tips might not be the best, but you could use this and incorporate the tips that you have to be the best and give, and you will always be able to give or give out the best that you could have. The first one is make yourself a priority. Somehow, others would say you are being selfish if you make yourself a priority. No, for me, it's not. Why? Because how can you extend help and assistance with others if you know you don't have something that you need for you to share? You cannot share what you do not have. Unless you make yourself a priority, you start the positivity in you so that you could also share the positivity with others. But of course, making yourself a priority, we know it can be hard. Really, it is very hard because we are taking care of others, our family, our friends, our work, our studies, much more to our students who have this very much, very great struggle in their education. Okay, so students are affected, teachers are affected, parents are affected, and community are affected. But of course, how do you respond to the adversity, to this kind of problems and challenges, is truly what defines us as a person. Who were you before you had the greatest problem? Try to reflect. Who were you when you are not left by your husband? Who were you when you are not educated? Who were you when you are alone? So those are things that you have to reflect on and compare your life from the past to present. And of course, when you discover ways to navigate difficult situations from that past to present scenario, you encounter internal growth as well as learning to value and control your own happiness. Because when we try to give ourselves the priority, we give priority to the things that we need for ourselves, we have this self contentment, self actualization. Okay, so we feel happy. We have this internal growth. But then, if we lack something that is the positivity within, even if how many tries you try to struggle, you try to settle a certain problem, you try to solve a certain thing, you cannot do it because you are embedded in your heart and in your mind with the negativities in life. So what you need is this particular thing, reflection. Compare the little things that has progress in you. Compare the little things that you have done because big and small are the same that you prosper compared before. Give yourself a positivity boost by finding your own passion and putting yourself first. Of course, when you try to do something that you do not like, you are just wasting your time. Maybe it's because your boss told you, you do this. Your teacher told you, you do this one. Okay, so at work, somebody told you, you have to perform this, you are the best in here. But that is his idea, not yours. Of course, we try to comply because they are our superiors. They are the leaders. They are our boss. But then you try to reflect out of the situation given to you, which you think is not suited to you. Think of, is there something in that situation that will make you grow, that will give you benefit, big or small? It would be beneficial to you. So take some time to do what makes you happy. Now, what do you do to overcome these difficult situations? Just what I have said. Stay calm at all times. Try to see the beauty of life. And of course, that self prioritization, which means that you decide where your boundaries will be set and not allow others to violate them. Yes, self respect. Others should know, and even you should know that others have their limits too. We have our own boundaries. We have our own limits. Because even if you try to see or do things that you wanted to do, see our human body, when we get tired, we eventually collapse. We stress out and we can no longer do anything. When we are sick, okay, those are typical examples. Now in life, you should set your boundaries. Make some list of your priorities so that you will not be wasting your time. You will not be wasting every moment. But I remember somebody that says how there is never a perfect moment in our life. Yeah, I always have problems. I always have difficulties. Always have trials, challenges, and many more. But the thing is, let us not wait, or yes, let us not wait for the perfect moment, because we can always take every moment that we have and make it perfect. So it's up to us on how we decide, the decisions that we make, the things that we do, and the things that we prioritize that would make us happy. You've probably spent a lot of your time up to this point focused on the other people and, of course, the outside circumstances. It's time to take a dedicated period of your time to put yourself first. Of course, we have our family to take care of, we have our job that we have to do the necessary work that we have to do, we have the things that we have to prioritize, but take time to rest one at a time, because we are not robots. We are humans. We have boundaries. Now, the thing is, how do you prioritize yourself? Okay? Get to know yourself. Now, you ask yourself this reflection: do you know yourself? Or somebody would say, yes, I know my name, my age, my address, those things. Now, what we are talking here is the internal you. When you try to reflect, others might be telling, this person is very negative. She always give negative words that comes from her mouth and everything. Maybe others would see that, but maybe you don't see that in you. Now try to listen to others so that you will know your inner self. Try to listen to their feedbacks. Try to ask somebody to evaluate you. But my friends, reality hurts. When we are evaluated or somebody would tell us, oh, your attitude is this way. If it's a negative, you are hurt. Of course, we are hurt because reality really hurts. But the intention there of that particular person telling those things from you for about you is so good, because they would like to see the best in you. They would like you to develop further. Let that goodness in you prevail, because others might not be able to see. It's just the negativities that you have. So get to know yourself. Be open minded. Listen to others. Love yourself. Now, when we try to overwork, we don't love ourselves. When we try to abuse ourselves, trying to do so many things, multitasking and everything, we are not giving love to ourselves. Why? Because we are trying to abuse ourselves. So when we say we love ourselves, of course, that one, the self priority, give time to relax, treat yourself, talk to yourself. So I'm used to talking. I am a teacher who used to talk to myself, and somebody from my colleagues always tell me, "Why are you talking to yourself?" Yeah, I may not be talking to somebody else. I'm talking to myself. How are you? Because I'm trying to see what is good in me. Because I will be smiling when I talk to myself with a smile as a response to my own question to myself. It is already a fulfillment on my part. It is not being insane, of course, for somebody, oh, she might be out of this world already, or she's losing her mind. No, it's not. Talk to yourself so that you will know and you will appreciate the things that you have, and you will love yourself. Okay, don't overwork. Accept yourself. This is the greatest thing that we have to do. Accept yourself. When I was a kid, I used to say, oh, I wish I was like them. They are very tall because I'm very small, okay? My height is I'm very small. But then as I grew up, I realized in my maturity age, in my mature period, or yes, level of maturity of my thinking, I came to accept myself too. It takes time to accept ourselves, right? Because we try to compare ourselves. We try to see, oh, somebody is more beautiful than me, taller than me. I wish I would be taller than her or than him. I wish I'm more intelligent than them. I wish I'm rich. I'm a poor, and so on and so on forth. There are so many excuses, but accepting yourself is the only key for you to love yourself and to know yourself. Now let us stop trying to imitate others. Let us make our own ways. Let us not see the things that others have and compare it to us to what we have. Because just as I have mentioned a while ago, we will not become better. We will stay bitter. Now, positive thinking assists you in overcoming obstacles. When we are positive thinkers, my dear friends, we can overcome obstacles. And that is really true. We know how to settle things that comes along. We will be able to have the positive solution to the problems that we have. When you are not prepared, it's because you are not staying positive. You cannot decide the best solution to a problem. So the tendency is you get worried, you're stressed, you have anger in you because you are not on the state of positivity. You have not built that within you. So positive thinking helps you or assists you in overcoming obstacles. Remaining calm. Yeah, I remember somebody. There was this fire from the neighborhood, and then they were all shouting the fire, the people around the house and everything. Of course, that particular scenario is really alarming. But instead of trying to panic, why not grab some water from the pail and try to help in the small way that you can? So remain calm in that situation. Call the ambulance, no, the fire station, and help. Ask somebody to have your help instead of trying to see what's happening, the burning house and everything. So remaining calm. So those are the positive things that we have, and still some have some more. We stay patient. We become patient during a difficult time in our life. Yes, we become patient. I remember this one's an employee who always have this negative uh, thoughts, who always get angry, who always get occupied by so many things that she has in their house, or I don't know. But I, of course, it's none of our business. But it's just a matter of trying to see, and we try to figure out what could be the problem, why she stays stressed all day, because she has no positivity within. She is not so patient during the difficult times in her life. Now, somebody also would be telling, "No, I've been waiting for so long. Why is it's too hard for me to finish this particular course? I've been studying many times. I failed and failed and failed. So until eventually they fall, and then they do not study anymore. They just work any job available for them for those who did not graduate." Somebody would also say, "I wish I am promoted, but never been promoted." So what's the thing is, they stay positive. They have this, "Oh, it's been too long. I've been waiting and trying to compare the things that you have with others. The others were promoted, me, I'm not." Well, they are not patient. Now I remember what my former principal always tells me: you learn the art of waiting and be patient. Okay, because waiting is something that is really very, very difficult. But the patience that you create as you wait, the thing that you have as you wait, is what matters most. That will give you a positive attitude, that will bring with you the positivity within. Stop trying to think the negative things that we have in our lives. Assist you in better managing a crisis and achieving your objectives. Of course, we all have our goals, and if we are positive thinkers, we can always make it. We can always do it. We can always give our best. Like this student of mine, yes, a student of mine really was not able to uh, study. She can no longer study because of financial problems. So what's the thing is, she tried to make a way. She tried to think of how could she finish her studies. So she tried to look for some sponsors. So what happens is that in that very particular scenario, that she has that negativity that she can no longer finish her studies, she was able to think of the best solution. So she was able to manage the crisis that she has and was able to achieve the goal that she wanted. And now she graduated in the um, senior high school. And that's a very good sign of positivity. Improves your self esteem and affects your attitude on life. Of course, self esteem. We cannot show that self esteem. We cannot be very brave enough. We have no courage to face people if we are negative. We have reservations that we cannot do it. Because the thing is, we don't want to try things because we don't believe that we can. But remember the line, failure comes when you fail to keep on trying. It's only when you don't try that you fail. So keep on trying. And the last one there is stay focused. Stay focused. Have your own goal. In everything that we do, we always have our goal. We don't just live. We have our goals. We have our dreams, our aspirations. The second is find the positive in a negative situation. So I think I have mentioned a while ago. This pandemic has brought us has shown us different attitudes that other people have. So people were able to show kindness and generosity. Okay, one of the simplest way to build a more positive outlook on a negative situation is to ask yourself these questions. What's one thing that is positive about this situation? What's the opportunity within this situation? Okay, so what is positive? What's the opportunity? What's in my control? What is in your control? What can I learn from this? So, what is in here that could give you something beneficial to your life? That you will learn from this. That this will be very useful for you. Now, let us remember that things happens in our lives because we are being prepared. That in our life we have different seasons. Maybe at this moment we are in this pandemic but then eventually we are slowly getting better nowadays because the past is a part of that season that we have to be tested by time. The next season is the season for us to move forward. But in moving forward, as you go forward, yes, you will be able to achieve what you wanted. But it doesn't mean you will always stay on top. There will be moments of your fall. And that's the season for you to fall. And then, of course, after that, you will rise again. See the life cycle that we have. So let us not think of things are happening this way and it is always the negative part. No, of course. Things happen because there is a season for everything. And there is a reason why all these things are happening to us. What is that reason? For us to be prepared to the next chapter of our lives. For us to stay positive, of course. Now, I as a person, how I tried to manage my life, how I tried to be who I am now is, of course, very difficult. It is not what I have achieved. Being a graduate of the Doctor of Philosophy in Educational Administration, so I graduated my course last year, and it's not the degree that would define me. It is not my position in the school that would define me. What defines me is the thing that I learned from the journey, the thing that I learned in the process of moving from one kind of life into another. So, what makes me who I am now is how I responded to the situation that I've been through. So, others might say, oh, what situation would that be? Is that very serious? Friends, we have differences, different kinds of life. We have different lifestyles, different level of thinking, individual differences. No two person are the same because just like the fingerprints, okay, we are all unique. We are unique individuals. Now let me just share you how how I see the positive thing in a negative situation. Okay, so things happen in my life wherein I was diagnosed with a suspected uh, tumor in my brain. And that is very alarming on my part. I had a series of laboratory tests, examinations, and with that diagnosis, I nearly give up. I am really giving up. But then I'd say, God is with me. I have my loved ones. I have my family. A year after I had this particular disease again, was diagnosed with a suspected breast. It was in my breast, a breast cancer. Oh, it makes me uh, very depressed, much more when the situation gets worse and worse. Why? Because my husband died in a moment that I did not expect. That he was in my hands, and we were talking together, and then eventually there was a shock, a septic shock, and he died. How I see the situation in that particular moment, I do not know what to do. No tears fall into my eyes. No tears fall into my eyes. I just realized after those particular events who I am now after those pains that I had. Those pains where I had this biggest gain. I cannot control the situation. You cannot control the situation. Those are given. But what is in your control is how you will respond to those situations. And what did you learn from that? And with those experiences, here I am with a smile in my face, still trying to move forward. But with all those negativities that I've been through, I still stay positive because I know I am in control of my life and I have my family with me who loves me so dearly. And positive mindset requires the following. Okay, so get enough sleep and rest. This is very important. Let us not be very much giving our time to work and work without giving some sleep or rest. Bring more positivity into your life. Focus on solutions, not on problems. And exercise your body. Now focus on solutions, not on problems. Problems are given, it comes and it goes. We have multiple problems. We have so many problems. And those are given. The only thing that we have to do is focus on solutions. There might be one problem for now, and then another problem later on, then next. For the rest of the days, there are so many problems. But see how you manage to solve those problems. That's something. We were able to pass, to move again to the next day It is because we were able to solve those problems. You tell yourself, congratulations, you did it well. In a very simple accomplishment, you congratulate yourself. That is a way for you to show that you accept yourself and you love yourself and you know yourself. Exercise your body. When we exercise our body, of course, we try to, aside from getting enough rest and sleep, we do some outdoor activities. That is very important. Don't think about how the situation can worsen. Think about how it can get better. Okay? You are sick today. Don't be thinking that you have a headache or tomorrow I will have a stomach ache and other aches. Of course not. You think of this pain will be gone in a moment. Because when you try to think that way, your mind will tell you that you are not sick already. Okay? It's just a matter of thinking. The third is cultivate a positive environment. Cultivate a positive environment. How are we going to do that? Okay, so we have it here. Who you spend your time with and where you spend your time can have a significant impact on how you handle certain situations. So there is a saying that who are your tell me who are your friends and I will tell you who you are. Okay? So who you spend your time with, your life with. So those are the people, of course, who are very important to you. In family, of course, it's given. You live there in your house. Your family, your friends. Friends are, of course, always there to guide you, to help you, and always willing to give their helping hand. Okay? It is important to surround yourself with people who share your values and promote positivity. If you have somebody, for instance, for our dear students, you have a classmate who do not see the good things in you, who always try to criticize you, to always try to belittle you whenever every time you recite, that they would just laugh at you or they would just look at you from head to foot. Get away with those people. Okay? Ignore them. That's your choice. You have the choice to ignore them. Because when you try to move away from those people, you are trying to escape from your own cage. Why? Because you know that somebody's looking after you, trying to compare you, trying to see your accomplishment. But then if you try to ignore them, they can no longer do anything for you. They will not be giving harm on you anyway. Okay, so what is important is you have to surround yourself with people who have the same values as you. You have the same interests. You have the same passion. You love the same things. Okay, so things like that. That promote, of course, the positivity. And environment has a significant impact on your attitude and the energy that you attract. Of course, in an environment in an environment that is very noisy, sometimes we get distracted. This particular thing is when we say environment, these are the people that surrounds you, that share with you the same values and attitudes, of course. Not the typical scenario wherein you live in a certain environment and you have their neighborhood, things like that. It's the people, because the people that you are with are the people who will help you mold the best character that you need for you to be the best version of yourself. What components make up a positive environment? So, what are these components? Some may include being outdoors. Okay, so going outdoors, trying to relax sometimes with your colleagues in the co-workers. Yes, and yeah, but for this moment, we still have some limited troubles, I guess, with the restrictions, but at least we are already allowed for some. For other areas, there are still some restrictions, but still we try. We cannot just be going around yeah, it doesn't mean that we go out of town so far and then we travel and then we try to spend the time together. You can stay just in your house. Yes, try to gather together with your family and loved ones, with your friends, or in your garden, or make some reunion and talk together, sharing. Those are having outdoor activities. Okay, not just staying in a workplace. In the four corners of your workplace, you are always stuck with the paperwork. In your study area, you are bombarded with so many assignments in your workplace. Okay, so try to relax. Work, yes, your workspace, positive environment. Now, when we say component of a positive environment, which is your workplace, the thing here is we have to make our workspace as relaxing as it could be. It should appear so friendly to the sight, to the eyes of others. Not something that when you try to see your workspace, also so many papers, so many pile of books and everything, and messy table. You try to arrange those things, make things organized, be in its proper order, list the priorities, place it in your wall, and that workspace would be very beneficial for you because when you try to look for a thing that you are looking you will be using, you could just immediately get it, and you are not stressed trying to find it. Okay, so that is a positive environment. Make it friendly, conducive for you, something that you could relax somehow and not just focus on your very so many paperworks. Okay, so that's your workspace. Surrounded by family and friends. Okay, so with your outdoors, you have your family and friends. Now, it doesn't mean your friends should be as many as you can. Okay, you might have few friends because some say, what's the use of those so many friends if only few are true? Okay, but of course, those many friends would always because we have that saying that I have mentioned a while ago, multiply friends. Yes, but see to it that you have the same, you work with the same values, so that you would be blending together. You have the good blending with your friendship, because if not, so they will just be observing you and see the negative things in you. Okay, and then work your rhythm and rituals. Okay, so try to spend a little time to reflect, have some time also to relax along the shore, maybe, or do not forget our Sunday responsibility, which is to attend the worship services. Okay, so which I really do, even if we are very busy. So have you reflected on that? Are you having a moment with our Lord? Are you giving just even an hour to give thanks and attend the worship services, attend the Mass? Okay? Or try to, what's this? Try to spend a little time of reflection and pray at home. Okay? So, those things. Now, those are just few, but you can also have some other, and these are just based on what I have researched and I have tried. Okay, your attitude inside and outside of work, make it something. Let that attitude inside and outside of work be the same. It should be. It should not. It may not be actually the same, but it should complement the other. Why? Because if your attitude at work is different from the attitude outside of work, so you're just being two-dimensional. That's the case. You don't have that identity that would say you are really like this. So be consistent. If you are good at some point, then be good to other point, and at all points that you wanted to show your uh, your attitude, of course. You try to show the best in you and give the best, always give the best, even if you know it is lacking, you are lacking with the what is expected. But as long as you try to give your best to the best level that you can do it, then that's very good. And you don't need somebody else to tell you or to guarantee you to tell you you are very good. You made it this way. You made this. You are very good at this. If you are waiting for somebody else to appreciate even the little things that you do, and you are not able to wait for someone or somebody to tell you that, you will be bitter. Why? Because you expect others to appreciate you. Why? Because that is a compliment to us, and that's very good. When somebody tell you you're very good, that's a bonus. But then try to say, "Thanks God, I made it," and pray. You give thanks to the Lord. He gave you the courage to perform the things that you planned, for you to be able to make the things that you planned, to work it well, to do it well, to give it your best. Okay? So inside and out, be the best that you can. Whether somebody is looking at you or nobody's looking at you, whether somebody appreciates you or nobody appreciates you, then love yourself. Appreciate the things that you have so that you would know that you are good. And that way you could build the positive thing, the positive attitude for you within. Out shopping. Yeah. Yes. We often go to shopping just for window shopping. Yes. You can have that one. Just trying to relax and see some different places, some different items that we wish to buy later on. Probably it's relaxing. It's a positive environment. But you will be turning stress if you would insist to buy and you have no money to buy it. Of course, that would give you a negative uh, feedback on your own. So what are you going to do is just you set your mind. I'll just go there to window shop or to buy something. But when you buy something, see to it that it's just what is in your budget so that you will not be stressed. Okay? So try to make a balance for everything that you do. Make a plan before you do the things that you plan. Okay? So in that case, everything will go in its proper place and everything will go smoothly. At the spa, yes. Once a month, you can go to spa. Have some beauty routine. Have some uh, what are those necessary things that you would enjoy going to the spa. Okay, you have your haircut, your nails, and everything that you wanted to have to make you appear beautiful and relax, of course. Okay, you could do a lot of things that is trying to make yourself or giving yourself the best treatment. Okay, that is trying to show that you love yourself and you prioritize yourself. We all have our own ideas of positive environment, but wherever you feel is positive and cultivating environment is where you should to uh, go to the most in the midst of adversity, of course, and be thankful for all the positive people you have in your life. Now, do not go in a place that you think you are not accepted because you will be neglected in the first place. You will not be uh, you will just gain some of course you will be stressed, you feel not accepted, you will be lonely afterwards. Okay, so when you know you are not for that particular place, why go there? Okay, are you going to a place like you wanted to go to the seashore and it's too hot and you are not good, you wanted to go and swim or whatsoever, and you are not good at swimming, and those people there are very very good at that. They enjoy each other's company and you feel you don't belong. Why will you go there? For the rest of the time they will just be looking at you and trying to laugh at you, and that you will feel very negative in you. So be with the people that you know you have the same values, you have the same interests, the people that would try to cultivate the best thing in you. Okay? But of course, that is a negative situation. How could you turn it to positive way? Maybe you could have somebody else in there and be friend with them. That's very good. If you can do it, that's exactly the thing that you have accomplished. That is exactly the thing that is you have seen the negative or the positive in a negative situation. And that is also very good. And the fourth one is move through your day in a mindful way. So, mindful way, when we say mindful way, morning set the tone for our day. Okay, so when we wake up in the morning, that's the first, what is the first impression that we have? Do we smile in the morning when we wake up? Are we smiling or yawning to the highest level that we can? Or uh, we just grab our phone and see what time is it? Oh, I'm late, and then you eventually rush and rush. Or you have a time to relax. You turn off the alarm, and then you say you relax, and then you give thanks to the Lord. You are awake again for another day. It's very good, okay? Because morning set the tone. So your morning mood will set you for a day. But if but the day after you are very much stressed and you were not able to settle the things that worries you the day after, and you were able to carry that for the next day, I tell you, the next day you will still have the same scenario. Okay, so try to make things easy. Take it easy before you sleep at night and you are worried with so many things at work or assignments in the school, so many paperworks in the company. You try to say, I can do it tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. Do not abuse yourself. Okay, you add yoga or meditation into your morning routine is a great way to begin your day and can help you be more mindful of what your day holds. Yes, reflect. What am I going to do for today? What should I do for today that could help me, my family, and my colleagues? What could I do today that would be beneficial to others? How could I help other people? Or you have a problem that you were not able to solve, you did not solve the other day. Okay, try to think it today and list down if it's necessary for you to list the things that you have to do so that you won't forget. Very good. That's a very great thing. Okay, and of course, mindfulness is defined as the basic human ability to be fully present, aware of where we are and what we're doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. Okay, so you see it's a basic human ability. Okay, so stay present, focus. Because when you have no focus in the situation, you will be gone, you will be lost. Focus on the pains that you have, how those pains could turn into gains, how those circumstances that you have could make you better. Okay, so life actually will lead us uh to the what do you call it, to the situation that we cannot escape. Okay, it's our choice. So our life is here. We are given by God this life that we have. If we spend it to the fullest that we can. We can manage it. We can have the best life that we have. It's the decision that we make. Okay, so whether we turn to be that better person because you made it, you decided for it, you choose to be better. And when you try to be bitter, of course, that's your choice. Now, of course, we do not choose to be that way. Let us be positive at all times. It is also the quality that every human being already possesses. So you see, we already possess this one, but it's not something you have to conquer up. You just have to learn how to access it. So it's given in every human being. All we have to do is try to use it, try to discover it, try to um, uh, try to uh, learn how are we going to use it. How should we be mindful at the things that we have? Okay, so it is not on trying to compare our life with others. It's because uh, they are the opportunities given to them are bigger, better. No, in that case, you are not trying to access that mindfulness within you. No, you develop that positive attitude, and everything will come along. Okay, so try to be consistent when things go wrong, that you tend to see the negative thing again, and you're trying to focus on the positive thing, and somebody distracted you, and then you turn to be negative again. Have focus. This is my goal. This is what I wanted to. You can do it. I can do it. Okay, so you push yourself. Do not let others push you or lost you in the track that you wanted to uh, go with or to attain. Have a mindful check-in. Okay, so let's check this one. What emotions are you feeling? Of course, we have different emotions. Is your mind calm or busy? Okay, so in the morning, you try to reflect. What emotions are you feeling? You're trying to have your meditation. Do you feel calm, busy, stressed? Okay, you ask yourself, what is in your mind? Okay, trying to reflect on yourself. Trying to reflect means trying to talk to yourself also. Okay, what is in your mind? Now, after asking these questions, these effective questions to yourself, when you try to make this mindful check-in, expressing gratitude also encourages you to move through a day in a mindful way. Okay, so after knowing what you feel right now, I feel blessed. Okay, and is your mind calm or busy? Yes, I am calm today. What is in your mind? What are you thinking? I'm thinking of how could I turn these worries, these problems into the best possible solution that I can. Okay, and in that way, after knowing those things that you have in your mind, you would say, "Thank you, Lord, for giving me the opportunity to see the beauty of life, for giving me the opportunity to see the best things in life. That with all these negative things that happens to me, I managed to see the best in me. I managed to see the positive things, and I was able to handle my life appropriately." What in your life right now do you have to be grateful for? Okay, so there are so many things in life that we have to be grateful. Okay, so it is not just our good health. Aside from the good health, we have a very good health. That's good. We have a very happy family. That's better. We have a stable work. You identify all those things. You have a very stable work. It's very good. You have multiple friends. All are very true to you, very supportive. It's very good. But on the other way around, if you would list like, um, I feel so alone. I feel like I'm giving up. My problems are bigger than me. I don't know if I could still make it. Okay, so that's the reality. We cannot remove the mindset of the other people thinking that way, because we are humans. We have those tendency to choose from those negative and positive sides of life. But then the thing is, you focus when you are in the situation trying to choose between the negative and the positive. You focus on your loved ones. You focus on your goal. Okay, so try to see and try to realize how blessed are you. You have them. Why? Because they will serve as your inspiration for you to conquer all the difficulties and adversities that you have in life. See how we are able to make it this pandemic period. For that 2 years, yes, we lost some loved ones, we lost some job, career opportunities, we lost some time to be with them, and that is a part of the that's a part of the season that we have to go through. Now see who we are now after this particular things that happens to our life. You have been better. You have been braver. You have the courage now to face again the future. Why? Because for the past years, past moments in your life, you were able to decide the best thing for you. That is why you are still here and you are doing great. But then, sorry, if you are still here and you are not yet still doing great, well, others are still doing the negative way and still they are very good. Don't compare yourself with others, because in that case you will become bitter again. You are not trying to stay positive. Now the focus here is stay positive amidst adversity. That whatever trials, tribulations that we have in life, we can always make it. It's just the mind set in us. Why? Because we have set our mind that we can make it, then we could stay positive. Then no matter how hard it is for us to struggle in the difficulties that we have encountered in life, what matters is how you respond to every situation that you have. Pains are there. Pains are there. It's given. And those are um, really a part of our existence. But the most important thing is make the journey that we have in our life a journey that is worth remembering. Who we are when we're gone. Who are we? Did we set an example? Did we leave a legacy to the people around us? We might not be that rich. We might not be that in the high position. We might not be uh, the best thing or the best possible status in life that we dream of. But the thing is, who are you? You are someone who have a very good human relations with your neighbor. You are someone who is very kind and generous. You are someone who have helped a lot, even if you know you don't have. But you try to spend much of your time. You try to spend your moment with people, trying to reach them out because you know they are more in need than you. See what things have you done in the middle of those difficulties that you have encountered. No, you are helping. It's because you have no problem. Everybody has problems. We are helping because we know and we recognize that we can manage the problems that we have. But others, we see them, they are giving up. It's time for us to move, to help them cultivate the mindfulness, the positivity that is in them. You just need to they just need to be motivated. They are just waiting for somebody to inspire them. They are just waiting for someone to tell them that they are doing the right thing. Now, as I have mentioned, if you are waiting for somebody to tell you you are very good, then don't be dependent on that particular thing. Why? Because doing that would make you feel so dependent on those people that when nobody would tell you the things that you do, the positive things that you have or you've been doing, you probably would stop doing after when they are no longer telling you the things that makes you happy and proud of or your accomplishments. Okay, you try to be contented. Okay, let's try to help others to the best that we can. Have a positive attitude, and of course, the adversities are given. Now, my dear friends, I'm sharing all these thoughts of mine. It is because I would like to share what is in me, the things that I have been through. I know other people might have the worst experiences, the most bitter pain that they had. but mine is a painful one also based on my own criteria or measures. You have also because we are different from one another. But then how I try uh, to manage things the way it should be, and how I am now, and how I try to share the positivity that I have within is a product of how I made the process of going from the bitter past into the better me right now. Now, I would like also to say that these are just my thoughts. You can have some other thoughts also. You can have some sharings. Yes, let's try to share them, the experiences that we have, because sharing the experiences would inspire others. And in that case, if they have the same experiences with us, like us, they would be inspired and move forward. Maybe not all will be touched or would be inspired or would say, oh, we agree with them with her. Of course, we don't expect those, but then there would be maybe somebody or even just a single person listening right now might say, yes, I feel you, and I've been in that struggle, the pain of your losing someone you love so dearly, and standing alone as a solo parent, trying to raise your two children, and standing firm and courageous enough because we have no choice. The thing is stay positive. Things will come along in a positive way. Don't think you are alone. When you think that way, then of course you will not be progressing the way you wanted to be. You will not be trying to achieve the goal that you wanted. So see the people that surrounds you. They loves you, and they will be the one who will be letting you, pushing you move forward, and see the best thing that you have, which maybe until now you haven't seen. Know yourself and appreciate the things that you have, and let us accept ourselves. Now, before I end my presentation, let me just have this particular line. When things do not go your way, remember that every challenge, every adversity contains within it the seeds of opportunity and growth. Because the thing is, courage to face the things that we have, to face the problems and the worries that we have, is the key to opening that new opportunities and growth so that we could be able to move to the next level or to the next chapter of our lives. You can't be brave if you've only had wonderful things that happen to you. Of course not. Just like food that we eat, we have different spices because spices adds flavor so that the food that we eat would be palatable. Challenge and adversity are meant to help you, for you to know who you are. And who we are is a product of our own decisions and how we rise and how we stay positive amidst all the adversities of life. With this, thank you very much for listening, and to the opportunity given by the Institute of Global Professionals. Thank you very much for the chance to share my ideas and experiences. And of course, those are product of my schooling in the University of Experience. Thank you very much and have a great day to one and all.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much for your extended presentation you share with our participants. Thank you,
Yes,
ma'am.
sir. Thank
We
you.
have lots of participants, also lots of comment for you. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, now we are move to our quiz competition. Then we come back to our question and answer session. So you have to wait in the backstage for some times. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear participants, it's our quiz competition session time. You can join by slido.com. After a short video clips, we come back with our question quiz competition session. Dear participants, it's our question and answer. It's our quiz competition session time. To join our quiz, you have to go to slido.com and the quiz code is quiz IGP. To join our exciting quiz competition, you can mention your friends to join this session. Already 28 participants join with us. Top 10 quiz competition winners get their quiz certificate from IGT. We'll start our quiz competition in a short time. So join by slido.com and the quiz code is quiz IGP. We will pick your name from Slido, so join with your full name, which will directly print on certificate. I again said that please join with your full name, which will directly printed on your certificate. And top 10 quiz competition winners get their quiz certificate. Now 36 participants already joined with us. Ma'am Meribat Dela Cruz joined with us. Welcome, ma'am Meribat. We have also Albina Montalvo, Carmela Pijian. She is our regular participant. And Gina Lynn. You can invite your friends to our quiz competition. This is our exciting session. After 2 minutes later, we start our quiz competition. So join with your full name, which will directly printed on your certificate. Dear participant, you can scan our QR code from the screen to join this quiz competition. Also, the quiz link given in our comment box. I have C. Shukanta Sodri. He is our office boss. I think today he get his quiz certificate. After 1 minute later, we start our quiz competition. So join with our quiz code, and the code is quiz IGP. You can scan our QR code from the screen to join this quiz competition. You also mention your friend to join this exciting quiz competition. I see just only a name Alvin and Kelly. Please put your full name, which will directly printed on your certificate. Alvin and Jelly. Please put your full name, which will directly printed on your certificate. Dear participants, we are start our quiz competition now. Our first question is which one does not help with staying positive? Is it connecting with others or listening to screaming music? 89 participants of our 89% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is listening to screaming music. Let's see our scoreboard. On this leaderboard, Lizel leading the first position, and the following Carmela and Ramis Martinez. Let's move to our second question. The question is staying positive and engage in the conversation. Is it attract others to the conversation or replace others from the conversation? Please choose your correct answer. 98% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is attract others to the conversation. Thank you all. On the leaderboard, again, Lizel Gavaldon leading the first position, and the following Cyril and Napoleon. Thank you of our top 10 winners. Let's we move to our third question. The question is, what are some good things that can come out of staying positive? Is it you feel free to be yourself and try new things, or play from night in your basement? Or 95% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is you feel free to be yourself and try new things. On the leaderboard now, Cyril Kalijo Yamaguchi leading the first position. She is our coordinator. And the following Lizel and Melinda. Our next question is the importance of staying on task. Is it students stay on task, decide stays on topic, or enhance learning opportunities when everyone is on task and participates? 95% of all participants give the right answer, and the answer is enhanced learning opportunities when everyone is on task and participates. On the leaderboard now, Melinda Sibyl Hispano leading the first position, and the following Liza Gabaldon and Shirley Kelizo Yamaguchi. I think he is our fourth volunteer of IGP. Our next question is what are some ways to stay positive? Is it try your best on everything you do or isolate yourself from humanity and watch TikToks and eat hot seeds, Cheetos? Wow, congratulations. 100% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is try your best on everything you do. Thank you all. On the leaderboard now, our volunteer of IG is still in Kelizo Yamaguchi leading the first position, and the following Liza Gabaldon and Melinda Sibyl Hispano. Our next question is how can you maintain a positive friendship? Is it communicate and build trust or ignore their personal boundaries? Wow, thank you. 100% of our participants give the right answer. And the answer is communicate and build trust. On the leaderboard now, Liza Gordon leading the first position, and the following Celine Calizo Yamaguchi and Melinda Sibyl Hispano. I find our office boss Tosodiri, but I can't see him on the top five. Now, next question is what does it mean to stay positive? Is it be stress or behave open and don't let things get to you? Wow, 98% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is behave open and don't let things get to you. Congratulations, all. On the leaderboard now, Liza Gabaldon leading the first position, and then Melinda Sibyl Hispano, and the third one is Napoleon. Our next question is thinking positive about things is an example of mental or emotional health or physical health. 98% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is mental or emotional health. On the leaderboard, again, Liza Gabaldon leading the first position, and the following Melinda Civil Hispano and Napoleon B. Torsileno. Our second last question is which of this is a strategy for staying calm? Is it writing or drawing in a journal or ignoring the problem? 84% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is writing or drawing in a journal. On the leaderboard, the first position is Liza Gabaldon, and the following Napoleon, and the third one is Melinda Civil Hispano. Our last and final question is how does having an outlook on life help you stay positive? Is it if you have a good outlook on life, you will learn to stay positive about or you will be happy? 95% of our participants give the right answer, and the answer is if you have a good outlook on life, you will learn to stay positive about. Thank you to everyone, to participants. Our exciting quiz competition session. Thank you all. Thank you very much. Thank you very much of our top 10 quiz competition winners. On the leaderboard, the first one is Liza Gabaldon, and the second one is Napoleon, and the third one is Melinda Civil Hispano, and the following Emmeline, Martin, Elaine, Michael G. Gessa, Lee Pakunla, Carmela Vizian, and Janelle. Thank you everyone for participating our quiz competition session. Top 10 quiz competition winners get their quiz certificate from our Facebook page. Now we'll proceed to our question and answer session. After a short video clips, we come back with our speakers. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, ma'am, for joining again with our participants. Thank you, and thank you very much for waiting in the backstage.
Okay, sir.
Dear participants, it's our question and answer session time. You can send your question in our comment box. Dear participants, we are waiting for your question. Our speaker are ready to answer the question. I think today the topic is very interesting, and our speaker also very interesting and The presentation is outstanding. Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful presentation.
Thank you.
Dear participants, it's our question and answer session time. You can send your question in our comment box. One of the Facebook users found that congratulations to you, very genius research speaker. Today I learned a lot from your topics. Those good lesson and insight in life.
Okay. Thank you very much too, Ma'am Mary Juliet. I hope I have inspired you and the other listeners.
Thank you, ma'am. Our first question from Ma'am Evelyn Moifiri. And the question is, good afternoon, ma'am. Does adversity make you resilient? And the second question is, what is the difference between adversity and resilience? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much, Ma'am Evelyn. So the difference, let me just what does adversity make you resilient? Yes, because those adversities are the things that we have to that challenges us for us to be resilient. Now, how we respond to the different adversities that comes along our lives are the things that make us resilient as we try to adapt to the difficult situations. So when we say resilient, when uh, stress, adversities, or trauma strikes, then you have this particular anger within you, the grief, the pain, but you are able to keep on functioning. So you stay resilient, you stay positive, and in that case, of course, you will be able to surpass that particular problem or worries that you have in your life. Because resilience is an ability, and adversity is the challenge. So I think that is the difference, Ma'am Evelyn. Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you, ma'am, for your answer. Our next question. Our next question from Dr. Rasnarayan Awasi. Respected ma'am, sometimes negative thoughts are coming. How to sense them in opportunities?
Yes, Dr. Narayan, thank you very much for that question. Yes, sometimes negative thoughts are really coming, and that is a given. Now, those negative thoughts can be diverted if we try to think of the positive things that we have in our lives. So, for instance, a scenario came along into our thought, and then we experience the pain or grief after that particular event. So those are negative thoughts, but try to change them into what we call opportunities. How? By trying to see what has that particular negative thinking could give us, or what should we learn from this, so that we would stay positive. So it's sometimes difficult to do it, but I think it's a matter of trying to start and practice. Because once we know how to deal with it, the negative things, once we know how to deal with it, then for the next moment or the next time that we have to encounter things like that again, we could always make again the best step, or improve further the way how we treat that particular negative thoughts and turn it to opportunities or possibilities. Thank you, Dr. Narayan. I hope I was able to address your query.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is, how can you develop the good habits of positivity if are surrounded by negative people?
Ah, yes, very good question. Yes, we are usually surrounded by negative people, and they love trying to put us down. They love to trying to put us down. So how are we going to develop that habit of possibility? No, try to deal with the people in a way that you are not affected by the negativities that you show them, that they show to you. So you deal with those negative people that as if you are not affected, and you are not worried with the things that they see against you, or they say against you, or they do against you. As long as they don't hurt you, I think that is very, very great. And the thing is, if you can no longer manage the situation, you can ignore them. You can ignore them as if they are there and I'm here. It's okay, I can live without them. But once they try to hit you physically or abuse you already, and that's the time that you have to escape from that situation. But as long as you can manage and ignore them and deal with them in a positive way, as if you are not affected, I think that would be very beautiful, very great. Yeah, I hope I have shared my thoughts, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question is, how can you be positive if your family are the one who putting you down? That is the
So
good question.
yes, sometimes the first people that would hurt us, and it hurts us the most, are our family. Well, because they are the ones who could see the things that might have. They are the ones, the ones who can see immediately what are the things that can be changed from us, or something that is not good in us. And sometimes we misinterpret that one as something hurting, or they're just putting us down. But there are two possibilities with that. Maybe because you have a deeper misunderstanding that you have to settle within your family circle, or maybe they are telling you that because you fail to see that particular negativity within you. They're trying to change you, probably in a way that they wanted you to be in a more proper, or in a more positive way of dealing with life. But it depends on the situation, I think, on the family. Because I think no family would put you down. No family would left you behind. They are our blood, and we love our family. So I'll repeat, this is my opinion. It depends on the family and the situation that we deal with, so that we would be able to manage to settle whatever problems that is within the family circle. Thank you very much for that question. Ma'am Mary Juliet. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Ramija Martinez, and the question is, how important is mindfulness in today's world when in an organization there is somebody who is full of negativity?
Yes, that is why I thank you very much, Ma'am Ida Ramirez Martinez. That is why I choose this particular topic, because I see side by side of the different scenarios in lives. This is the product of the pandemic that we have, probably. That's why there are more people who think negatively and who try to put us down. Now, the thing there is how mindfulness would work in this situation. Now, this will work. This will work, and this is important in an individual person, because mindfulness works within you when you try to reflect, when you try to look at you within, try to reflect what you have, how you try to manage your life, how you try to mingle with negative people, how you try to see the negative situation and turn it into positive one. So trying to reflect in this situation is very important, and that is the role of mindfulness. So being aware of the situation that we have now and acceptance of the things that happens, and trying to make things within your control in a positive way, not affected by those or people surrounding you who are full of negativities, because we cannot change them. There is that is their personality. What we can do now is in us how we deal with them. So just like what I have mentioned earlier, you can ignore them or treat them as if you are not affected by their negativities, so that you could live your life to the fullest and not based on what they say or what they do against you.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Simbulas. The question is, good afternoon, ma'am. How to gain resilience from colleague who own your accomplishment?
Uh, yeah, very interesting question. How to gain resilience from colleagues who own your accomplishments? Yes, that is really very negative on their part that they own your accomplishment. While in the first place, you are the one who worked with it, you did your best to achieve it, and somebody would own it. And how are you going to gain that ability to respond to that positively? um, Maybe in my case, if the scenario happens to me, then I will talk to that person, heart to heart talk, maybe in a way that she we I am not hurting that person, and I would tell her or him that what he did, what happened is something really very ironic, because you're trying to take what is not yours, and that is something not good. So, are you happy? I would try to put him into a state wherein he or she will reflect. Are you happy with what you did? That you took somebody else's work? So resilience comes along when you try to manage things, that you try to control the temper that you have. You try to control the emotions. It is very negative that they took away something from you. But when you try to control that within you, that anger within you, to confront that person, I think that is gaining resilience in you. You are able to manage your emotions. I think that is my idea, Ma'am Rowena. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. Our next question from Jalal M. Limbona. And the question is, what are your thought or your message to the people who wants positive mindset, but they are surrounded by negative mindset people?
Okay, so my message, okay, so thank you very much. Halal Limbona, thank you so much. So maybe my message to them would be, uh, no matter how hard our life is, no matter how difficult we deal with the people that surrounds us, let us try to shine out of that particular situation where we are covered up by the negative people. Trying to shine means trying to uh, see what we can do, even if we are surrounded and they may be trying to keeping us down and trying to put us down, not for us not to meet or achieve our goals. So maybe acceptance that they are surrounding us. They surrounded us. They are there to make us stronger. They are there to make us better, because they are challenging us. Let them be the challenge for us to meet our goals next time, guys. Instead of trying to put ourselves down or trying to imitate them or be affected to them, let them be the challenges, or let them be the one to push you to the dreams that you wanted to achieve. Ignore them. Okay, so I think that would be the most possible thing that we can do because negative people are out of our control. They are of their own mind.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your wonderful question and answer. Thank you very much, ma'am. I think our participants benefited from you as you shared your excellent presentation with us. Thank you, ma'am. I also see a lot of compliment in our comment box for you.
Wow. Thank you very much, sir, and to all the listeners of this international webinar. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am. We are also very grateful from you. As I hope you will, I hope we will meet together in our another session in IGP platform. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, yes, sir. Thank you very much. I will surely be a part again for the next meetings. Okay. Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
ma'am. Thank you. Dear participants, today our program name is Staying Positive in Adversity and the code is IGP 3129. The code is IGP 3129. Without code, no one is eligible for certificate. With code, you can claim your certificate anytime. And without an account on our website, you can visit only, but you can do anything functionally. So, to download your certificate, you have to go to our website, and the website address is eduigp.com. First of all, you have to create an account, then you have to enroll the program, and then you have to put the code and finally you can claim your certificate. After collecting your certificate, don't forget to celebrate with IGP checking. Thank you all for joining with us. I hope we will meet together in our afternoon session. Thank you all. Thank you everyone. Stay happy and stay safe.